So there is some problem with Indian mentality. I don't support the theory that we don't are strong enough to compete with the Europeans or the Latin Americans or even the Far Eastern people. It is the mental attitude toward the sport that was actually pulling us down. But unfortunately, none of them are able to come to the level of Neeraj Chopra and promise us a gold medal or a silver medal in the next Olympics. We basically try to cheat our way. How to cheat, how to make a shortcut way, find a shortcut way. In sport, there is nothing called shortcut. But everything is only one cut, straight away. You can't go compete, beat the other fellow, simple and straight. So why we can't do it? Because we always, somebody is supporting me, somebody is pushing me up, somebody is doing this. This kind of nepotism is too much in sport. I think probably the first time Indian Olympic Association has a top class athlete as the president. PT Usha is the president of Indian Olympic Association. But then again, Indian Olympic Association is not able to do much because of its own politics. As somebody from a small state who cannot aspire to be going anywhere outside this country, becoming a part of this particular sport, and by hook or crook he reaches the top, and he is getting a chance to go free of cost, and he will manipulate
That's
everything.
absurd.
But what happens is this: things are manipulated at the ground level because not everything can be watched. See, this kind of manipulation, what happens is the number of people you would take to a foreign country on a particular event to compete, then the number of officials also given, the quota is given there. You'll be surprised to know a qualifying mark for Olympics for an Indian is the last games, third place. The bronze medal place of the last game is your qualifying mark.
By this time, the world has improved a few notches.
Exactly.
Hi, this is Pratim Ranjan Bose, and you are watching Podcast with Pratim. I have with me my former colleague, Mr. S. Sabanayakan. Welcome, Sabada.
Thank you, Pratim.
So, Saban is Executive Committee member of International Sports Press Association, AIPS. He is Vice President of AIPS Asia and Chairman of International Relations Sports Journalists Federation of India. And he worked with me in the Hindu group, in Express, so a lot of experience. So the Modi government brought focus in international sports achievements. I think the first one was Rajiv Gandhi, who underlined the need. And then, who made it in the news headlines. And then it was Mr. Modi. In between, of course, the sports policies went on, but we did not see such a thrust on sports achievements. And for a reason. Sports achievements are part and parcel of international growth ambitions, geopolitics, etc. So all developed countries are good in sports, and whichever country is aspiring to be the global leader, say, for example, the latest power in China is good in sports. They get a hell lot of medals from Olympics. Now, my question to you is, 1 decade since the Modi government brought in this new policies, a lot of which you can tell briefly. We know that there is a top scheme and etc. So how did it fare? In which disciplines we have been showing results, and will there will be the performance, Indian performance will improve in the days to come. I've been an economic journalist, so I go on tangibles. If you got 10 gold in last Olympic, next Olympic I'll look at least 12 golds. So over to you, Savada.
Thanks for having me on the podcast, Pratim. It's a very interesting subject which we are going to discuss today. Before I start about the last 10 to 14 years of sports activity and achievements, I would like to take our listeners a bit more years back. Actually, the sports culture and the seriousness of taking up sports came up only in 1982 when India hosted the Asian Games in New Delhi. That was the first time, at least my generation and maybe my generation before me, could see a top-class performance of different athletes during the Asian Games. And there was a lull after that. We never took it so seriously. We always took sports as a pastime rather than a career or a serious activity. Then came the 2010 Commonwealth Games hosted in New Delhi, and that was a real eye opener for everybody. The entire ecosystem of sports in India woke up very seriously, starting from, there were a lot of stories on scams and things like that. But what we should look at it was the achievements we could do among the countries of the Commonwealth countries. And after that, there was a push to make India a big power in sport, and it did not happen till 2012 Olympics in London, where we got in 2008 we got a first gold medal, in the individual gold medal in the beaching Olympics when Abhinav Bindra won the air rifle gold. Thereafter, we could not win. Before that was the precursor to that was in 2004 Athens Olympics, where Rajavardhan Singh Rathod from Indian Army got a silver medal in double trap shooting. So this individual medal started coming only once in a while, once in games. Then it started picking up the momentum was in 2012 Olympics in London. The preparation was really good those days, and there was a very focused way of doing it. Government and other agencies got involved seriously.
If I'm allowed to interject, if I remember correctly, there was one Olympic where Leander Paes with a bronze was our only achievement or something like that.
Yeah, that was at Atlanta Games in 1996 when he won the first bronze medal, individual bronze medal in 96. Then 2004 was the silver. Then again in 2008 we had the gold medal. So it was a step-by-step progress. And all these efforts were from individuals, not by the state-sponsored or anything. You take individual sport, Mr. Leander Paes did it. Again, Rajwant Singh Rathod was supported by the Indian Army, and he had all the support from them. And when it came to Bindra, it was totally independent individual. His father and his family supported him so much. Now, coming to this massive development in kind of getting more gold medals or silver and bronze medals in Olympics, it is not easy for an individual to hang on. It's very difficult. It is so costly. We need to have know-how, technology, science support. Then we need to have coaching support. So one has to look at the foreign countries, those countries who have done very well in Olympics. So those that we have to go and take the leaf out of their books. So ultimately in 2012, we got silver medals, we got bronze medals in numbers. So it looked like that we actually took off, India took off in the Olympic stage from 2012. Then came the next Olympics where we again fell back many notches. You take in 2016 in Rio Olympics, the Rio Olympics actually opened the eyes where we able-bodied could not do much, but the disabled people, rather the Paralympians,
Paralympics, yes,
they did very well and they got medals in many numbers. So that was again another point, Pratim, I would salute that kind of success by the para athletes of India could bring something in the able-bodied people. Say that when they can do, why can't we do it? So there was a change in attitude towards the sport, and people rather taking other things seriously. And then we expected the next Olympics in Tokyo, which was delayed by a couple of years. Then there we got the first individual gold medal through javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra. So, but then in medals in other disciplines dried up. The focus was mostly on Neeraj Chopra and the hockey team, where we got a bronze medal. But then other sports, shooting apart, we fell behind again. So there is some problem with Indian mentality. I don't support the theory that we don't are strong enough to compete with the Europeans or the Latin Americans or even the Far Eastern people. It is the mental attitude toward the sport that was actually pulling us down. So this is the basic thing. And after that came Modi government. Modi government came and he realized the importance of sport in geopolitics, as you suggested. Yes, it is very important for a country to come up in sport. And before I go further on this point, I would like to take up the case of China. China was not a world beaters long back, and for them, when they realized that we need to be a power in sport, we need to compete against USA, and they actually closed their system completely, and they never went out of the. We hardly knew anything about the Chinese sport, and suddenly they developed themselves within their own resources. They developed their own coaches. They have put a good system in place and things like that. Then suddenly they came and started grabbing medals in Olympics and World Championships. So that was a kind of they were hiding behind the bamboo curtain, and again they came out and started showing to the world what they can.
In fact, I remember in my childhood, one lady used to go for shooting, and she used to. She came from a rich family, and I'm not taking the name, and so that they were a regular. She was a regular participant, and of course a loser. So I mean, we allowed this to happen. People who could afford went and failed and came back. So actually, in the medals tally, if you opted out, you would have looked better. But then you participated and ended up poorly with 100 people joining the contingent.
Exactly. I think Pratim, you're referring to our own Soma Datta from Bengal, a shooter of par excellence, but she never had the support of the National Rifle Association. She had the money and she had the setup. She could go out and train herself and go and compete in the Olympics. But even then, she could not get medals. For that, we needed much more than what we can spare from our own pocket. Then coming to because we need to have a good system, a system that can actually create champions one after another. Now you take, for example, today Neeraj Chopra is waning. I won't say he's growing. His growth is stopped now. He's waning now. And do we have the next man to take his place? There are about 10 fellows who are actually doing very well in javelin. Out of 10, now it's very difficult to say that why Neeraj Chopra is still the power, because these people have not done well. I'll take the names for your sake. Our own Neeraj Chopra, after that is Shivpal Singh. His best is 86.23 meters.
So miles behind.
Yeah, Neeraj has
4 meters.
Crossed 90 plus. Okay. Now then Devinder Singh Kang. This is 84.57 meters. Then DP Manu, who's supposed to be a very talented boy. Manu could do 84.35 meters. Then comes Shivaram Lohakare.
So let me just.
So there are 10 people, but unfortunately, none of them are able to come to the level of Neeraj Chopra and promise us a gold medal or a silver medal in the next Olympics.
Right. So let us go for the next stage of the discussion from here. My point was very simple. As I told you in the beginning, that I'm a result-oriented fellow. Invest for returns. That is what I understand. So India is spending a lot of money. Corporates have taken a whole lot of interest in sports. I'm still keeping cricket apart. Say the Jindals of a sports university, where the Neeraj Chopra has been practicing. And Odisha government invested in hockey facility. So we see a lot of, it was not there 20 years ago. But today you have, except one Tata Football Academy, we didn't see much investment in footballs once upon a time. And maybe Goa clubs, some Mafatlals and etc., they used to spend money. So back to the topic. Now India is much way richer today. If we look at it from poverty level, our abject poverty level is down to 5%. So the economy has money. And overall, we can see people are not as poor as they were. Why we are failing? Where is the problem? Is it with the athletes, or is it with the government, or is it with that there is no relation between the two? Briefly, if possible.
Yeah. To be very frank and forthright with you, there are 2 points which I would like to tell the visitors. One is Indians generally lack honesty. We are not honest to ourselves. We try to do everything in a way which is may not be good for the support of the system. Number two is we basically try to cheat our way. How to cheat, how to make a shortcut way, find a shortcut way. In sport, there is nothing called shortcut. But everything is only one cut, straight away. We can't go compete, beat the other fellow, simple and straight. So why we can't do it? Because we always, somebody is supporting me, somebody is pushing me up, somebody is doing this. This kind of nepotism is too much in sport. Now, even after change of attitude in the sports administration and sports persons in India, this is actually pulling down. Every association has got its own people who are not actually qualified to be there. Now, I think probably the first time Indian Olympic Association has a top class athlete as the president. PT Usha is the president of Indian Olympic Association. But then again, Indian Olympic Association is not able to do much because of its own politics. There are pulls and pushes everywhere. So
does it really matter that a top class athlete is the president or a top footballer is the president of AIFF? Because I mean, say look at cricket. It was changed by Mr. Dalmia, a businessman. Simple.
Yes, I fully agree with you. In terms of cricket, actually, Mr. Dalmia brought in the money. He had that acumen to do that. And today, because of him, only the today's cricket.
So sports management is complete. Administration is different from being an athlete or something. I mean,
I'll just give an example. Somebody from a small state who may not aspire to be going anywhere outside this country, is becoming a part of this particular sport, and by hook or crook, he reaches the top, and he is getting a chance to go free of cost. And he will manipulate.
That's absurd. That's absurd. I'm not talking about them.
That's not exactly happening now. It's not this, we don't respect a sportsman. The sportsman, because of sportsman, you are going. It is not the other way around. People have to realize this, that because I promote my sportsman, then I can go, or my people can go.
So you were saying that these state committees or whatever, the associations, so people who do not deserve are making it to the contingent, right?
Yes. The name of democracy.
Right. No, why democracy? It is very easy to judge a sportsman's performance. For example, you quoted some numbers. Now, I am a layman. I don't have knowledge in sports, but I can easily understand that, there should be a cutoff if these people, whosoever can show the promise, may be included. Otherwise, below 85 and you are down, you are not going to be given a chance. So that kind of in javelin, as you were saying. So why is it? It is very easy to do things. The data will be with you. The progress of a sportsman is with you, and you can decide that whether you should take. I mean, take 2 people if necessary, but don't carry all the rubbish.
Exactly. This is what should actually happen in a country where it is hungry for international success. But what happens is this: things are manipulated at the ground level, because not everything can be watched. See, this kind of manipulation, what happens is the number of people you would take to a foreign country on a particular event to compete, then the number of officials also given, the quota is given there. So if we are going to sending 50 athletes, and that's a quota for them. If you're going to send only 10 guys, there's a quota for them. So these are the come to picture, and the manipulation starts there. Now the point is very simple. Government nominees never speak the truth. They are there. They're taking hospitality, enjoying themselves, coming there, going there, being there at the venue, seeing the performance, and putting signature when someone asks him to do it. So this should stop. Government nominee should be completely independent. And then you find that so many people will not be able to go to Olympics because we don't qualify. Now the qualifying mark we are talking about, you'll be surprised to know a qualifying mark for Olympics for an Indian is the last games, 3rd place. The bronze medal place of the last game is your qualifying mark.
By this time, the world has improved a few notches.
Exactly. So why do you have this system?
Put the gold medal in standard.
When you are seeing Neeraj competing in international,
and then you may identify some sports where you need to go a long way, and want to give the exposure. So there you may carry some, there are some sports probably where you
My
need
point,
exposure.
Pratim, is that you send a small contingent, a contingent which deserves to be there and do compete for the country and win something. You take this is very much prominent in the shooting. Shooting sport, we have a lot.
Okay.
We are doing very well.
There the associations are doing better.
Yes, even there, because you see individual sport, what happens when there's a mark, you cross the mark, you are selected. You cannot be dropped. As simple as that. But in a team sport, there are a lot of manipulations. My man, your man, this man will all be appearing there.
Okay, we will come back to the suggestions part at the end. We are halfway through the discussion. And I had a very simple query. Look at cricket. We practically revolutionized cricket. I'm not talking in terms of merely the some World Cup win and all that nonsense between 6 or 18 or 12 countries. But what surprises me is the economics of cricket and the political economics of cricket. The new gen players are coming from nowhere. I mean, from Bihar, look at the Suryavanshi, coming from Bihar, from got for second places, Rinku Singh, poor people. There was once upon a time in cricket, we had one gardener's son, but after that, I mean, today they dominate the sports. It is no more a king's game, right? So we have done so much. We have shown how the talent can be harnessed. I found one English cricketer saying that India should ideally field 3 World Cup teams. I mean, they have such a huge squad. Why this cannot be replicated in other sports? You have the knowledge with you how to do this. So why it cannot be done?
No, of course we have the knowledge. Again, as I told you this.
And the corporate sponsorship is coming.
Very much coming. There's no doubt about it. Now, like you said, a lot of companies have started their own academies and
team football. Team game. If you say then both football and hockey are getting sponsorships.
Very much. Hockey is really doing well now. Hockey is really doing well. I won't say that because back-to-back bronze medals we got in Olympics. Understand this, and also at the pro league we are doing very well. We have won 4 matches last time. It's happening in. So my point is that there are athletes, but we need to canalize those talent and to focus them. This is the job of the officials and the people who are behind the system or running the system. They should be true to the, true to their conscience. It's not possible. They're not doing it. My people and your people, there's always a groupism coming into picture. This all should be stopped completely. If India needs to do it, I think the sports minister, the sports ministry has to play a very proactive role. Sports ministry per se cannot come and dominate, cannot control anything, but it can control from outside. They're pushing them to channelize the focus, the energy of level, pay money, get the trainers. SAI is really doing all these things. But the point is, why still the association officials are trying to spoil the whole thing? When somebody has...
In terms of performance, we'll get a complete to-do list from you. But in terms of performance, cricket apart, we have been an established chess-playing nation now, producing
we have 97 grandmasters now. As of
right. And more importantly, they are going and winning the champions trophies. They made it winning a habit.
Exactly.
So hockey is there. Badminton since 1980s, that Prakash Parukone All England Championship too. I think recently we have some successes in badminton. But again, I don't know, you may tell it better, whether it is due to contributions by people like Pulelia Gopichand and etc. And but that apart, do you find any other team sports where we have progressed and can say, yes, we are there on world stage?
Yes, I can give you directly. I think you forgot to mention about shooting. Shooting is really taken off in India and is really doing well. And the second is archery. The archery sport, which I used to cover a lot of archery and supported.
In fact, for audience, I saw the famous archer Limbaram in office because of Savada.
So the point is archery, because it's not a body contact sport. It's a very precision sport like shooting. And Indians do not need to go there.
And the costly sports.
But then again, government took care of that. They're getting all the bows and arrows from imported them for the
Both shooting and archery are costly.
It's not a problem, but Indian archery. Now, what happened in Indian archery? Therefore, there are two ways of there are two styles of shooting. One is the recurve that is very much available in the Olympics, and there is one called compound archery. This is generally available in the World Championships and Asian Championships. So now Indians are doing very well in compound archery, and that because it's a semi-automatic, the bow and arrow. There is something. But recurve is completely manual. It has to be, you have to really have a lot of power in your hands and chest and legs, back muscles, to stand up and shoot there. So we are slowly weaning away from the recurve archery, and we actually have world champions, and we have got multiple world champions, world medal winners in compound archery. And that's going to be introduced in the 2020 Olympics. And we hope to get a lot of medals through this system, through archery. Which much I can tell you. And as regards the team sport, we are still not mentally not ready there to support the team sport. Now, by changing the name, Indian Football Federation is trying to change the name from AIFF to Football Federation of Bharat or something like that. And them saying all this will not be giving.
I mean, I have a grievance against this Football Federation. As for some years, we saw some increase in rankings. Okay. But then what happened? There is a footballer on top of that federation, Mr. Kollan Choube.
Yes, he's a footballer, Indian footballer, yes.
Right? So you are only talking about giving respect to footballers, athletes, sportsmen. So what is his achievement?
Basically, how you look at it. You look at it like, say that, before that, give me a small example of the Calcutta football. Calcutta football actually is not doing well. So Indian team is not doing well. That is the story actually. Calcutta used to produce 8 to 9 players at one time to Indians team, and they used to do well. So you take the 1970s and 80s and all, we had a lot of players, Tuni Goswami, PK Banerjee, Param. There's so many people used to come and play in Calcutta.
I remember in the 1990s, in the Maidans, there were 100, someone gave me the data that there could be at least 100 footballers who were earning more than 1 lakh a month. But there were barely 10 odd cricketers who were earning that much money at that point of time.
Yes. Now it's different. Now it's completely different.
Completely
different. The point is that Indian football needs to grow up fast. It is not more. It's not a time pass. It's not a kind of a kasrat kind of a thing. Just go and play 2 hours and come back. It has become very scientific these days. Football is scientific. Football is well paying. It's a world sport. The World Cup is going on. You can see the amount of support Indian people are giving to the World Cup football. Watching
and the FIFA is so keen. FIFA is so keen that India picks up football because it's a huge market.
And they get a lot of money from FIFA for development, but I don't know what's happening there. I mean, I'm really sorry to say that I don't put much money.
We will do a dedicated episode on football with you, and where I am a layman, I am not a sports journalist, but my interest is only in performance. Either you perform or perish.
This should be the attitude of all the Indians now. People who are watching football or any sport for the matter, accountability has to be brought in. Accountability. What is accountability? There's no accountability in sport. You go there, you qualify with a high mark and go there and don't perform there.
Dada, very quickly, we are at the fag end. Very quickly, why so much of trouble with this wrestling thing? Is it only because of some politicians are creating trouble? Is it a one-sided story, or is it double-sided?
I don't think there's a politicians are getting into this and all, but wrestling has always been in India's medal of prospect as far as the continent is concerned, yes. And people like some wrestlers who went to the extent of winning medals in Olympics also. We got a silver medal in Olympics. But the point remains that the sport is such, it is a completely body contact game, and people you'll be surprised to hear that people will harm you while competing on the mat. You try to harm you, you don't know what means. Okay. People can bite your ear, they can bite your. How do they bleed during a bout? Because these are the injuries that take place.
So there is a behavior problem.
Yes, the sport is like that. You cannot.
Right. So boxing is like that.
Well, boxing, we had in 2008, we got a bronze medal in the Olympics, men's bronze medal, we got one.
Right. Calcutta
And
boy, na? That Calcutta boy.
not Kakata boy, he is from Delhi only,
Okay.
Haryana boy basically. Then we
Okay.
have Mary Kom got a bronze medal in 2012 Olympics in London. Then it's been happening. It's been happening, and the sport is very important. Despite being a body contact, and Indians are really doing well both in men and women sections. And there is another sport
Actually, Indians are very good in their footwork. So,
footwork.
so
They have got
boxing, table tennis, all are basically footworks.
we have got good skill sets also. We have got good boxers. We are people who are boxing for generations in same family. So it's all racing goes the same. We have generations of people who are
Yeah,
same
yeah. Akharas.
Akara, they do it. So the point may remain that what we need to, God, government needs to do is that to focus, to bring all this into channelize properly. Should be the job of the sports ministry
Right.
and the ministry. I
Dada,
think
we have to, we are always constrained by time in podcast. So very quickly, give me a list of to-do list for the next Olympic that the India should do this. Which are the teams that should go? Which are the associations that, team games we should participate? What are how many officials? What are the things that should be done?
the contingent should be small and capable contingent. It has to be with people with a lot of attitude, people with go there and do something for the country. You should wear your pride on your sleeves. People don't go there to enjoy. People, I can go there and see people taking
You
pictures.
send only performers,
You
not
send only performers.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear.
we
You
don't need
only
participants.
Five medals, you get 5 medals. Good enough. We don't have to think about sending 200 fellows and getting only 5 medals. That money can be spent elsewhere in a proper
Right.
way.
Right. Right.
So the
And
approach
about
should be very tough now. We should be very particular about who's going and who's not going.
and in a contingent of say 100, how many officials go?
So,
Government officials I'm talking about.
One-third, well, almost 30, 25 to 30 people.
Is it at all necessary?
Not necessary.
What is the
One state, a
what is
large
the ratio
contingent.
in other countries?
No, it's everywhere the same. There is the laid out rule by the International Olympic Committee. So, but the point is that
But
why
what do these people go and do there? Do they engage in shoppings and creating trouble, or they do really contribute?
You tell me if somebody is going as a chef de mission, he has got a lot of things to do. His main job is to international relations. He's got a 2 deputy chef with the missions. Then each sport has got a manager to go with. Then there are coaches, support staff.
That is
Everybody
the support staff is a necessary part.
But my point is when they go there, what is accountability? When you're taking a team, for example, I sent a team called archery team.
Are they on contract? Like, and whether is there any bonus? Like, if you perform, if you get a gold medal, suppose I'm the coach, right?
That's only for the athletes, not for the officials.
Not for the officials.
No.
So we should have that bonus system for the officials.
I don't think so, because the way you are going with the team, that will still be a bonus to you. Otherwise, you can't think of going out of India.
Okay.
You are being sent out to do a job, and you don't go and do your job. Don't roam around and see the matches, sit down there and do gup-shop and all. Go there and do your job. If you are serious about your job, that's why I said cheating, because we are basically cheaters. We go with the mentality of cheating everywhere. We don't want to be very frank and forthright. Come and do your job.
This kind of straight talking is required. All those, because ultimately you and me can say good things over here, but when you are going to perform in the world stage, everyone will laugh at you. Simple.
The good point, well, before I conclude my this podcast, I would tell you the good part about it that the Indian athletes who are being selected or being ready to compete at the highest level are quite aware of their responsibilities, of what they want to do, what they actually want to achieve in life. So that is one very good point from where we actually getting a lot of medals. It is not earlier it was to Olympian. The word Olympian is used once upon a time because we rarely get a chance to go to Olympics. And now the word Olympian makes no sense to anybody. I said, someone says, I'm Olympian. I said, so what? What did you achieve? I asked next question. So don't use the word Olympian now. You go achieve. You say that I am Indian, I did it for India.